You may know wedding dress designer Hayley Paige from the TLC reality show Say Yes to the Dress. I have watched hours of that show. Over the last few years, Paige has been locked in a complicated legal battle in which she lost her ability not only to design dresses, but also to use her own name. First, on CBS Mornings, Nancy Chen sat down with Paige at her home in Palm Beach, Florida, as she reintroduces herself to the world.
Today, this seems particularly poignant. So, what is your name?
Hayley Paige.
Does that feel good?
It feels real good to say it.
For nearly 4 years, there's a question that has consumed Hayley Paige.
This is Hayley Paige!
What's in a name?
Why is it so meaningful to be able to actually use your name?
Well, there was a period of time where I couldn't use my name.
What's in Hayley Paige's name is everything.
I feel like a princess.
Are you getting paged?
I am getting paged.
You just got paged? I did!
Ever since she began starring on TLC's Say Yes to the Dress about a decade ago, brides have dreamed of one day wearing a Hayley Paige dress.
Oh my God, this is Hayley Paige!
Another surprise.
And as a designer with more than 1 million followers on Instagram alone, Paige became a celebrity in the bridal industry.
Have you always wanted to be a designer?
There's never been a time where that wasn't my biggest dream.
But at the height of her success in 2020, her dream began imploding when Paige found herself in a legal battle with her then employer, dressmaker and distributor JLM Couture.
It is with a very heavy heart that I announced my resignation as a designer.
I was very eager at 25 years old to chase after my dream, and I had signed an employment contract without counsel. And years later, it was interpreted in ways that I never anticipated or could imagine.
Back in 2011, as a rising star, Paige had signed with JLM, giving them the right and license to use her name in connection with the bridal industry.
So you sign on the dotted line. No questions asked?
I had blinders on early in my career because I was so hyper-focused on myself and what I could do for other companies.
Around a decade later, JLM sued Paige, alleging she violated a non-compete, posted social media content that did not align with the brand, and promoted other companies without permission. Then, when employment discussions broke down, they say she locked them out of her main Instagram account, which they believed they owned, something Paige denies. After a federal judge ruled in JLM's favor, the company took over Paige's social media accounts. They hired another designer to make dresses under her name, with Paige allegedly receiving none of the commissions or royalties.
I could not use my birth name in any business or commerce or even to publicly identify. And I was also being restricted under a non-compete, which meant I couldn't practice the trade I had dedicated my whole life and education to.
These were a real outlet for you.
Absolutely. Shoes felt like a product that carries you places.
As her legal battle played out, Paige decided it was time to take a fresh step into shoe design. With her new company, she is Cheval.
What does cheval mean?
Cheval is the French word for horse, and I studied French couture. It was something I could step into and be energized about.
But Paige still hoped to one day get back to her first love, wedding dress design. Then, after years of appeals, came a new court ruling.
I've recently been awarded back my personal Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest accounts.
In May, a New York federal court returned Paige's social media accounts, agreeing JLM failed to prove it owned them.
My case has likely set positive legal precedent and case law for anyone and everyone who uses social media both personally and professionally.
What was your reaction?
I immediately put on my favorite song and started dancing around the house. There is this song by the Beach Boys, and it's called Make It Big. And there's actually a lyric where it says to see your name in lights and see your name spelled right.
The court, however, also said Paige's non-compete was still valid, so she reached a settlement agreement with JLM, agreeing to pay the company a little over $260,000. As a result, she was released from all of her obligations and got her name back. In a statement to CBS News, JLM said it is satisfied that it has resolved its differences with Paige and wishes her well.
What was it like to pull these out and know I can do this again?
Oh, it was just so fulfilling.
Now Paige is focused on the future, which includes designing shoes and dresses and marrying her fiancé Conrad, with no question about who's designing her wedding dress.
You emanate joy and you emanate happiness. Was that always there, no matter what?
So much of life probably tries to dim that. You can kind of decide, I know that that is going on, but I can also still feel like myself, and I can still hopefully dazzle women, because that is something that I believe I can do. It's a special thing to be able to hold on to that.
Hayley told us she is working hard to make her dresses available again soon. And when that does happen, she now envisions combos with the shoes and the wedding dresses. But when we say she could not publicly identify, she was nervous about even putting her name on a Starbucks order.
Whoa. What?
Wow.
Well, the double whammy is she couldn't use her name, and then she couldn't design dresses for however long it was because of the non-compete.
She's been through it, but I'm so glad she came out on the other side, because her dresses are beautiful.
Yes.
So are the shoes.
Yeah.
If I was getting married again, I would do that. Haley, yes.
There's
Just
time.
might.
There's time.
Just might, Gail. You never know. All right. Thank you, Nancy.
Keep
We'll
hope
be right
alive,
back.
Nate.
That's right.